Today we're going to be making a mini cake that's filled with sprinkles, and we're going to be using the Smart Labs mini baking kit. Let's go!
That's exciting!
To make our mini cake, we're gonna add 12 wee spoons of sugar into a mixing bowl, and we're going to mix it up with our 6 wee spoons of butter. Try to make sure you get all of the butter out. It sticks good. We're going to try to mix it until it is nice and fluffy. Once the mix is nice and fluffy like this, then we're going to pour in our egg, which we have 6 wee spoons of it. And we are going to beat that in, and after it is all the way mixed, we're going to mix in our vanilla flavoring. So you just kind of mix it a little until it's all mixed up. You can't see any more sugar lumps. It should be pretty quick since this is so tiny. There. Nice and smooth. And then I'm going to take my vanilla. Get it all in, and then we're going to mix it in nice and good. This will give it some sweet vanilla flavor. In a different small container, we are going to mix together our dry ingredients, which is really just the flour and the baking powder. We have 16 wee spoons of flour and a half a wee spoon of baking powder. We're going to mix that up, and then we're going to add in our liquids from the other bowl. Gotta scrape it all out so we don't miss any of it. Then we're going to mix it up and add in our milk. We have 6 wee spoons of it. Then we're going to mix until it is. If you mix it all together, you have to pour your batter into your little cake molds, which have to be greased with some butter before you pour it in, so that the cakes can come out easily. And with the extra, I'm just going to put it into the cupcake molds. Batter, and we're going to put the cookie tray into the oven for about 10 minutes. While our cakes are baking, we're going to make the frosting. So you're going to add in your 20 wee spoons of butter and half a wee spoon of granulated sugar. You're going to mix it up good until it's all together. And then a couple spoons at a time, you're going to add in your 80 wee spoons of powdered sugar. 2 or 3 at a time, and then mix. And you keep on doing that until you get a creamy mixture. Then you'll add the rest of the ingredients. After you mix in all of your powdered sugar, you're going to add your 4.5 wee spoons of heavy cream and your half a wee spoon of vanilla extract. And you're going to mix it all up until they're well combined, and it should be creamy when you're all done. Creamy and fluffy like frosting. When you're done mixing, your frosting should look something like this. It should be light and fluffy and smooth. You should try to get out most of the lumps so it isn't chunky. And now once your cakes are finished, you have to let them cool all the way down before putting on your frosting so that it doesn't melt. Once your cakes are cooled off, you can go ahead and cut a circle in the middle for the sprinkles. It doesn't have to be that big, you just have to make sure that some sprinkles can fit inside of it. My hole is going to be about 1/2 inch wide. And try to dig out most of the crumbs that come off of it. Like that. Once you get a hole that you like, you can go ahead and add in your sprinkles. I'm going to do red and blue. You can just pinch a few and sprinkle them onto the inside. You can do as many as you like. I'm just going to do a few though because my hole is kind of small. I'm also going to add some of my blue ones on top of that. Try to fill the hole up all the way to the top, but don't leave a mound. Make sure it's mostly flat so that you can put some icing on top after. After you put in your sprinkles, you can go ahead and get your icing. Make sure there are no sprinkles around the edges when you do this though, because they will get stuck to the icing. You can spread the icing over top of the sprinkles, because this is where you're going to put your next layer to cover it up. After you have a good amount of frosting over top of your sprinkles, you can go ahead and add your top layer. If you want to, you can also cover the top and sides of the cakes with frosting. After you've frosted it, you are finished. I'm going to show you what the inside looks like before I go. There it is. Sprinkle-filled cake.